So you're using an external microphone, maybe a high quality XLR mic and a portable audio recorder to produce your YouTube videos, but you don't want to bother with all that syncing and post. You just want something really good on the way in, and you want it to sync directly with your camera so you can just edit one file and be done with it. Well, that's a situation one of my clients is in. See, I occasionally do content creation consultations for folks who produce a YouTube channel, produce content for social media, and they want to massively up-level their audio. So I do these one-on-one sessions and I help them find exactly the right solution for them. And in this case, we got the guy set up with an AT875R, an Audio-Technica XLR shotgun mic. We got him XLR cables. We got him a Zoom H5 audio recorder. But at the end of the day, he didn't want to have an audio file and a video file to sync and post because he has a video editor and he just wanted to send a single file to the video editor and let them work from there. And the solution we came up with was using a high quality XLR mic, going into the Zoom H5, doing some internal processing on the Zoom H5, and then going line out from the H5 directly into his camera and syncing in body. I forget to turn that light on. If you've ever wondered how to do that for yourself, I'm gonna teach you how very quickly right now. By the way, I'm Brian Miller and welcome to Audio for Content Creators, where we help you sound better and level up for all your content creation needs. I'm currently getting set up to shoot a video for my main YouTube channel, which is all about my day job as a human connection specialist, an author, a speaker, a coach, consultant. It doesn't matter. The point is, what I've got going on here, I've got a light mic. This is the Octava MK012. It's my mic of choice for spoken word indoors. My G85. And to make this work, there are a few considerations. First, we need to make sure that the mic we've got plugged in is actually peaking at the appropriate level. So if I come back here, all right, so you'll see that if I'm talking right at the camera at the spot that the mic is, that this should be peaking somewhere between -9 and -12 dB. That's what we're going for. We're going for a level that's peaking between -9 and -12 dB. And if it's not, then you would just need to adjust the gain dial. You can do this on any audio recorder. If you want a more detailed tutorial on how to adjust your input gain, go to the video at the link in the description. Check, check, test, test, 1, 2, check, check, check. Now it's time to talk about the line out itself. So what you're gonna wanna do is get a 3.5 millimeter TRS to TRS cable. Unless you're going into a smartphone, in which case you're going to want to get a TRS to TRRS, and if you don't know what the difference is between those two and you're confused, again, there's another video in the description that teaches you about TRS versus TRRS. Plug in one side to the line out of your audio recorder and plug the other side into the microphone jack on your camera. Go into the microphone level adjustment on your camera and back it off to the absolute lowest that it can go. On Panasonic cameras, that's usually -12 dB, which is not great. I wish it was way more than that, but many cameras can go down to -20, -30, or more. If it's not talking in dBs, if it's just like a 0 to 100 kind of a thing, put it on 1 and start there. The reason we're backing off the camera's mic gain as much as we can, by the way, is because the preamps built into the cameras are they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. And we're going to try to use it as little as possible. We're going to use as much as we can from the audio recorder and as little from the camera as we can. Then on your audio recorder, find the line output level, which may be in the menu. It may be a physical rocker knob, depending on what device you have. On the H5, it's here in the ins and outs. And you're gonna adjust it, however much you need to until you see that the input mic level is not clipping. You don't want it going into the red. And that's everything you need to make this work. Now the nice microphone that you're using will pass through your portable audio recorder using the nicer, much nicer preamps built into your audio recorder, and then it will be captured directly onto the camera itself, and so it'll be synced with your video before you even take it off the SD card. It'll just be one MP4 file. And this is what it sounds like with everything working and syncing. So what you're hearing is this really nice Octava MK012 pencil condenser microphone going via XLR into the Zoom H5, passing through the Zoom H5 line out into the camera and getting captured right there in camera. What you're listening to right now is all captured in a single MP4 file that's on the SD card in the camera, which means you could send that file to an editor or you could edit it yourself, and all you might have to do is just boost the overall level of your audio in post, but you would not need to do any processing, any syncing, anything like that. But I do want you to hear the difference in quality between the baked-in audio that's happening in the MP4 versus actually taking the high quality WAV file off of this, syncing it with this video, and then showing it to you. So let me show you the difference between the baked in audio that you're listening to right now and the raw audio synced in post. This is a sample sentence that you're going to listen to twice in a row so you can hear the difference between these two things. This is a sample sentence that you're going to listen to twice in a row so you can hear the difference between these two things. Now, if you're listening with your phone speakers or in your computer speakers, you are not going to hear a difference. But to be fair, you wouldn't hear the difference between a $30 lav mic from Amazon and a $3,000 professional mic in a studio if all you're doing is listening on your phone's speakers or your computer speakers, because they don't produce enough information. So if you have good headphones on, or at the very least earbuds, you should absolutely hear a difference. And what you're listening for is that the baked-in audio is going to sound more compressed, a little more artifacty, a little more fake. And the reason is not that you're not getting high-quality audio, it's that the MP4 container itself compresses the audio into AAC. AAC is a compressed format, and you cannot get that back once it's been put into that format on your camera. Whereas the exact same audio that's captured natively on the recorder before it gets passed through to the camera, this audio is 24-bit wave. It is fully uncompressed, which means when you listen to this audio synced with the video from the camera, even though it was the exact same audio, the exact same source, it's going to have more dynamic range. It's uncompressed, which then you could do whatever you want to in post, and eventually it will ending up compressed, either when you export to an MP4 or if you export to a .mov file like I do, which will keep the audio uncompressed. YouTube will compress it when you upload to YouTube. So think about what happens when you sync it using the line out method. It compresses the audio to AAC on the camera. Then you export to an MP4 after you're done editing, which compresses it again to AAC. So you've gone through 2 levels of data compression. And then YouTube compresses it again, 3 levels of data compression, which is why the audio doesn't sound nearly as good when you do it that way. What I do to alleviate a huge part of that problem is to remove the compression from 2 of the 3 stages there. I record natively onto my audio recorder. Then I take that audio and sync it in post. So I've avoided compression here. Then when I'm done doing all my editing in post, I export to a .mov with a fully uncompressed audio file. So I've avoided it in the second stage. And then when that MOV gets uploaded to YouTube, YouTube compresses it. So I'm only getting 1 stage of data compression, which is keeping the quality of my audio as high as it possibly can. However, that comes at a huge trade-off of time and investment, and if you don't have that, this is a really, really good solution. Using a professional microphone, going into at least a prosumer-grade audio recorder, and going line out is at least going to give you much better audio in the first place than the average budget content creator shotgun mic, much better preamps by using an actual dedicated audio interface or portable audio recorder. And at the end of that, you still get the convenience of having a single file that can be edited. If this was helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video.